Hello, this is Rael.
And Hathor Sekhmet.
All right, and today we bring a special segment where we talk about the art of prayer. And I think this segment is important because today what we're experiencing is a lot of violence. We're experiencing a lot of abuse. We're experiencing a lot of deception. All these things, low vibrations, low energy, all these things. And what we have to use is prayer. And today's, you would call it a ritual, but I like to call it the art of prayer. And the reason why is because when we are fighting against spirits that manifest themselves into beings, we have to find a way to beat them in spirit first before they can even harm our environment. And so I think with what we have the Black Lives Matter. We have was it the Blue Lives Matter, something Matter the cops, and then we have All Lives Matter. All right, and so what I want people to understand is that what this is this is what I call fourth dimensional magic, where they're using colors. And so whenever you hear black, right, and black, it's like, oh my goodness, the black people are at it again. Or we hear all lives matter, we feel like, oh, here's the white people, they have their thing to combat black. And then we have the blue, which is saying, hey, we're going to get both white and black. Right? So what we have to learn how to do is find a way to use prayer and find a way to extend ourselves into the heavens and to keep our intentions going. And it's hard to keep that going when you have so much distraction. You have the news. You still have your world where you have to work. You got your children. You have these things. So it's hard for people to be devoted in faith and to be consistently praying consistently daily.
And a lot of black women are just black women in general are scared for their sons, their husbands, their cousins, their brothers. They're scared, and even now, black women are being even attacked at a high amount of violent crimes are going against black women, but it's not seen too much as black men, but it's happening to black women too. So it's a lot of black families that are in fear that their family, somebody could end up getting a call saying that they're dead or they're in jail, and they end up dying in jail or dying just by getting stopped by the police. So we want to be able to give people a way to pray consistently.
To have some tools to deal with this on a spiritual level, because first, in order to beat someone, all right, and if you think about a fight, I don't know if you've ever seen a situation where there's this little kid, he's being picked on, and there's this bully, all right, and this bully just pushing on him, and he's doing all these things, and then you see the kid, he's getting all mad, and he's mustering up the strength, and he's tightening up his fists, and he's trying to find the strength just to throw a punch, right? And this is where we are in today's settings, where a lot of our people, we don't know how to throw a punch. We don't know how to gain the spirit against someone who's been oppressing us and beating us. And according to us, they have the right to do us according to the law, right? So we are those little children who's trying to find the strength. We're trying to find the spirit to muster it up, to throw a punch. To do something, all right, and so we have to practice these things.
And what and me were talking about was that you have to be able to fight spiritually first before you fight physically. And our ancestors always knew how to fight in spirit first before they probably left and ran up to the north. Yeah. I know that they were able to do rituals and they were able to do chants and they sing, and that bothered the white people that they were dealing with because they couldn't understand our spirituality, and that was taken from us through Christianity. Was our spiritual background with our ancestors. So once we learn how to fight spiritually on a large scale, we'll be able to fight back physically without any type of harm. You even read about that in the Bible, where the Israelites were always able to, they always went into spiritually things before they, in prayer and everything else, before they actually went to actual physical battle.
Exactly. And even with the Native Americans, they would do rain dances. Right. They would come together. Some native cultures would carve off all of their skin as an offering, and they would dance until their exhaustion just so they can have a vision, just so they can reach and get some favor from the creators, from the gods, to say that, all right, I'm tired of this. I know that these people about to come take our land. They're about to come do something to our people. We just ask that you give us favor in this battle. And we can go as far back to the Persians with Genghis Khan and the good movie that they show, and This Is Mongol, where people did not fight him. He won the battle because people were not spiritually prepared to deal with the thunder and the rain.
And how do you even think about the Haitians? The Haitians, people get on them about being into the voodoo craft, but they were able to fight. They were able to fight off. Those were the slaves. The Haitian slaves were able to, gain their land and get back their freedom by their spirituality. So exactly. We have to take note from the past and bring it into this present to know that if you call upon your ancestors, they'll be on your side before you even have to go into any type of physical battle, because we think that that is all spiritual. And always people say pray, 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 or I'm just going to be in good energy. But sometimes you have to get into physical battle. Sometimes there has to be some type of physical struggle, and a lot of times Africans know that. That's why Africans are like, hey, we fight back. We know to deal with our ancestors, and I think, quote unquote, African Americans, we need to learn how to do that as well.
Exactly. So let's go ahead and get down to some of the basic concepts that happen to people. All right. So when we look at all lives matter, we can almost kind of relate that to the color white, because white is the color of protection, but also white deals with purity. All right. And when we look at the color black, they've associated with black people, but in the world of color, black is also the nothingness. This is also and when you look at candles, black is also reversal, meaning that if you wanted to send something down the toilet, you probably would want to use black, the black candle, to try to dispose of that energy, to reverse it, to send it down to the toilet or to the abyss. But you want to use that black candle to be able to do away with those things that are mentally, that have you blocked. And then blue deals with communication. Blue is something that when we look at how we express ourselves, this is right from that throat chakra. All right, and black also deals with grounding. White deals with the crown. All right, these are things that when we look at these colors, it's hitting us. So when we see Blue Lives Matter, when we think about blue lives and blue, it's our ability to communicate what we feel. We don't know. We have no rights. We can't do anything. So now we have to use these colors to empower ourselves, because they're using it against us to take away that self-expression. Black Lives Matter, right? So if we look at the black candle, black also deals with the root. We have to ground ourselves. We have to remove these energies and know that the Creator is taking these spells on the mind. Just imagine when you hear blue lives, black, white, you can just hear all these colors and probably associate it to these movements that are happening against us. All right? And when all lives matter, we know all lives matter.
Right.
All right? So what we want to do is we want to protect all those lives that are in this world that's harm and is coming up against them.
So in this ritual, you'll need a black candle, you'll need a white candle, and you'll need a blue candle.
A blue candle.
And Ryan, show me.
I have the white candle.
This is the white candle. We kind of like in
white
a country area, so it's been kind of hard for us to find our candles that we usually use. But you want a candle that's like this one, a white, a blue,
sometimes
and a black.
7-day candle where and when you burn these things, you let it burn. You don't blow it out every night. All right, because this should be an extension of your prayer. All right, this should be an extension of your devotion. A lot of people call this magic. I call this the art of prayer, the art of the word, of speaking the things that you desire into existence, and realize that colors do matter. Right? Black, white, and blue, right? They're using it against us, right? So blue lives matter, black lives matter, and white, all lives matter, right? They're using these colors against. So what we have to do is use these energies and direct them to a specific purpose of how we want them to work. Because right now, when you look at TV all day, they're putting this in your mind. Right. Subliminally, they're spelling your mind, they're spelling your subconscious to fear blue, right? To hate black, right? To know all lives matter, but to make it as something against black lives. So we have to change it. And we have to let Spirit know that we understand, and we have to show our devotion through prayer. Mm-hmm. And so this is what I would like all of you to do. When you have blue, you can, some people can pray, you can chant, you can, and we'll just kind of do for Blue Lives Matter. All right, we understand that it's against cops, all right. But what we want this to do is we want the people to be empowered through expression. So you pray. When you hold that blue candle, I want you to hold it, mm-hmm. and you pray into it. All right. And the cool thing is, if there's something that dramatically and emotionally impacted you, great. All right. If you got tears, great. All right. Because emotional energy is spiritual energy.
And you can do this as a family. So you don't have to just do this by yourself. Mm-hmm. You can do this with your children as well, and teach them about doing rituals, and it'll bring some spirituality into your family, so you all can hold the candle mm-hmm. together, and mm-hmm. everybody hold it, and all your children or husband and wife, you hold the candle together and put in that, because it's going to put all your emotions, all your passion into it, because that's what you're doing. Mm-hmm. You're bringing from yourself that higher self into this. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people make this evil. It's not evil. It's bringing your higher self down to this plane and being able to manifest good things for your family or protection. So when you're calling or you're doing this ritual, you're bringing your higher self and you're bringing your ancestors and you're bringing all of that into your home to bring some type of protection.
All right. And so when you see that flame and when you finish with it, you light that flame. All right. You don't put it out. Because this flame is going to burn as an extension of your prayer.
So you need to tell them what they'll need to do with the blue.
With the blue. Blue just for communications. So if you want to empower your people to speak out against the police, to record the police, to have people do those things that are right, that exposes the things that they're trying to do to us, you keep doing that, all right? So what will happen is when you see them trying to cover things up, that blue candle will make sure that no, ain't no covering up. Everything's going to be communicated out, because now you're not going to spill my mind with the Blue Lives Matter. We're going to have a blue candle for that. So we'll say...
You could say something like, creators, please hear our family's prayers. Let the ancestors their ears be open. Let our people be able to have great communication. Let them be able to be heard. Let our words be heard, and let our cries be heard out, that we need to be protected and we need to be heard, that this is injustice. Or, just come up with some type of thing and speak from your heart. Anything like that, and you can chant it, whatever. You can come up with mantras, but it would be all about communication, that our people's communication be heard, and you send up those prayers and everybody say something into the candle, because once you light it, it's going to keep that prayer going and going for days.
All right. With Black Lives Matter, allow that prayer to be that black people ground themselves, and that the spell on black minds are reversed to allow the blackness to come to light.
So you would do the communication in a blue candle, and then you would light that one, and then you would get your black candle. And then you would ask for grounding for the people of African American people to be grounded in this country, and that we not be moved from who we are, and that that we are able to lift ourselves up, and that we this coming up with something that's dealing with the grounding of black people.
Right, because right now they don't want black people to matter. I
hate to use that word, like color. Yeah. I hate to use that color, but we've been stripped of our culture to even say, hey, I'm a Moor, or I'm from Kenya, or I'm from South Africa, or
Uganda, Nigeria.
Right.
I was taken over here.
A lot of us don't know. So it's just like I said, I've said this on one of my Facebook posts, like, let's call ourselves the originals, because we are the originals, and while we're here for a reason. We were taken away from our home for a reason, but this is our time to get back to know who we are. And I think once we start getting back with our ancestors of who we are, that we'll be able to be revealed of our culture.
Yeah, a lot of things will be brought to us, but we all have to humble ourselves. We all have to realize that we need to come to Spirit for everything. All right, and when we don't do that, then we're taking the judgment in our own hands, and we're not allowing spirit to work their magic and to change it and to level the playing field. All right, we need to get the playing field level. So that means that whatever they have in the material world that has the board tilted, we need to somehow get some our spirit to tilt it back, and this is how this kind of works when you have someone who's trying to come upon you with negativity. It's all about frequency. Mm-hmm. All right, and so if your frequency is of harmony, disharmony cannot come in there.
So you can say in the black candle that we ask for our people to be grounded in their spirit, and that we also ask for it to be reversed. All this negativity is coming towards our people, that it be reversed, and that there be positive energy to flow into our communities. And this is what they do. It's funny because like they even set up the hood for them to be able to do their magic on that area. You may look at the area at high level view like in an airplane, and it's shaped in a certain way where it's showing you that they can cast their energy onto the people.
Into a certain area. They can say, in this area, we want to cast prostitution, drugs, murder. Right. All right, and so they can put blue over here and put black over there and just group you all to colors.
So they're highly into their rituals, and their rituals are to be against you, and their rituals are usually spiritual rituals that they do. So you can't. This isn't all physical. It is, some of it is spiritual, and usually they're doing that upon our people. So we have to get back to our spirituality to be able to even fight back physically. Okay. So with the white candle, what?
Lastly, the white candle is for protection. When you bring it down and you're channeling white light to come your area, you're giving yourself a blanket of protection where if someone were to try to cast any type of negative or dark energy, you bringing and channeling white energy there to shield, to push it out. And so the cool thing is that when someone is trying to do negative energy against you or negative casting against you, chances are they'll experience disharmony, meaning that all the plans somehow just don't work out. Somehow they were trying to do it and somehow it just didn't go. Somehow they had a gun and the gun just didn't pull. That is disharmony, all right? So you have to realize that you do have power, all right? You have to let the world know. You have to let the creators, your ancestors know that I am down, all right? And that means that you have to devote yourself, all right? And most people are so into their work and into all these other things that they can't devote their spirit to truly praying for good causes.
So the white candle, you would ask for spiritual protection from your ancestors, and that that they be able to protect you. And then also what I do for our family is that I've told someone that you can visualize your family in a bubble and ask for that protection. So even while you're doing that, you can tell the whole entire family to hold the candle and visualize themselves in a bubble for protection, and that visualize your ancestors around you while you're doing the actual prayer with the candle. But also I just want to say real quickly, kind of goes off the subject, but the highest form of prayer is through sexual prayer, and that a man and woman can come together and ask of these things without even the candle, using the candles, but it could be on top of that if you want to. Manifest the protection for your family through sex. So when you both climax and you have those orgasms, that you pray with your husband and your wife or whoever you're with, pray together for protection, and it works, and yes, it should be able to protect your family. And while you are doing that, ask for that protection of your ancestors, because they take joy in love, and that we love each other. And the highest form is a man and woman to come together, because the woman grounds the energy because she's connected to the land, and
the man charges it up.
So that's one of the best things that you can do as well for the protection right now. Okay. But like I said, like we said, you need a black candle, a white candle, and a blue candle. So blue candle, you need to put in the communication.
Black candles for groundedness and reversing things.
Reversing it. A white candle is for the spiritual protection. So also one thing that I say that sometimes we put pictures underneath the candle or by the candle.
You can write a note down there and put it there.
Underneath there, or you could put certain pictures underneath. Even with the black candle, even if it was some picture of something violent happening to a black man or woman or by the police, you could put that underneath there for the reversing. You could put like something with dealing with the throat chakra underneath the blue one, and then like an angel or something like that underneath the white one, because ancestors are angels. That's all they are. They're those people in that other room that are over you, watching over you and looking out for you. So the whole thing is, when you're doing this, you have to have belief and passion in what you're doing, and have your family get into it. And you watch and you'll see your children say, are we going to do this? And they'll probably even look at the candle like, Mommy, it's working. But they need that. They need to know that there is some type of spiritual protection out there. And we had to bring spirituality back into our families.
If we're to save ourselves, all right, and you're not going to extinct the black race, but what we need to do to get our spiritual power back, to get our fists balled, all right, we got to start with prayer first. We got to build that energy up so one day it may not be us, all right, but it may be, you may empower somebody else. You may allow some type of energy to happen, or some energy may be given to another to save you or protect you or whatever. But these are some of the ideas that when you devote yourself, you got to think about some of these Satanists. These Satanists, they are devoted to beating you.
Yeah, we just recently seen on Facebook where they were doing it at a town meeting. He was doing, what do they call them?
Rituals.
He was doing his
symbolism.
It was an invocation.
Invocation, symbolism, spells. When you listen to something repeatedly, the spells it don't just go inside your mind. It goes to your subconscious too. So when right now we have so many people in America who don't fight back. All right. We got to go ahead and start getting ourselves built up spiritually, so we can be prepared that when time comes, that we'll be given the energy to fight back. So this is our Rael and Hathor. This is our journey to the throne, and hopefully that this ritual of prayer will be a benefit to all you, and hopefully we can begin to fight back as a whole. As a whole. So you have a good day. Peace out.
Peace.